See the logo. New shirts. New shirts.
It sure does.
I like them.
Thank you.
Now she's just showing off. Hope you don't hit a stick right now.
My bike has no handle. True athleticism.
Oh boy. And we're off.
Hats.
I see them. No pressure or anything.
Stop.
Our videos are only 3 minutes long, Chelsea.
I don't want to rip this thing. Hold on.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, good.
Hey guys, welcome to Coaching the Coach, the YouTube channel. Long-awaited YouTube channel. I know I've been talking about this on the podcast of the same name, Coaching the Coach, for months now, but we finally put it together, finally got what we wanted in a format that we wanted for you guys. So I'm not going to waste any time. It's been too long. We're going to jump right in. So the whole point of this YouTube channel is programming. So unlike the podcast where we talk about all things coaching, motivating, the business side of it, and actually how to coach your athletes better, in this podcast, or in this YouTube channel, we're just going to focus on the programming. So how do we get a football player better for football, or a volleyball player better for volleyball, whatever the case may be. Or if it's just a general trainee who has a specific strength goal or muscular endurance goal, how we go about doing that. And again, it's not going to be anything revolutionary. We are firm believers in periodization, progressive overload. In fact, we follow the 9 principles of personal training that you've heard me talk about a million times, and I'll have them scrolling by here on the screen here so you can see what those 9 principles are. But generally speaking, each episode's going to be short. I want to keep these episodes 3 to 5 minutes long so you guys can watch them, learn something, and move on with your day. Today, we're going to talk about our TBF class, Total Body Fitness. We're in what we call a strength/hypertrophy phase. In other words, it's not true strength, but we're not doing necessarily just a bunch of high rep stuff either. We're doing functional hypertrophy. That's kind of a more general, or probably a more specific term as to how we're putting our workouts together. You're going to see in today's workout, we've got front squats, back squats, and a glute ham developer for the hamstrings for our main lift. So we're trying to create time under tension using tempo. But the functional hypertrophy comes from hitting the hips and the legs in 3 different variations. The front squat kind of get more of the quads, the back squat, quads, glutes, and a little bit of hams, and then the glute ham raise, the glutes and the hamstrings as well. So we're hitting all 3 areas. All 3 movements are getting the legs, working the same muscles, but in slightly different ways so that we can innervate as many muscle fibers or motor units as possible. And this functional hypertrophy, the whole goal is to build a little bit of size, but it's really doing that by increasing the cross-sectional diameter of the muscle fiber themselves, by hitting it with different angles, back to back to back, or you could do 3 exercises, kind of like a giant set if you're familiar with those. But also, as I mentioned a minute ago, tempo is super huge here. Tempo is just the speed at which we do the lift. In this case, today, everything is 3010, meaning a 3-second eccentric. 0, the first 0 is no time in between the eccentric and concentric, so going right back up for 1 second, 3, 0, 1, and then 0 is no time in between reps. So we do all of those. The front squat, literally no rest, right into the back squat. We're going to base the weight on 75% of our front squat weight. And then we're going to rest a little bit to go over to the GHR, and do our glute ham raises there at tempo as well. Tempo on the way back down, then popping back up on the way back down. So doing that, then we're gonna have some accessory lifts. The accessory lifts are going to support whatever the main lift is. So in this case, we're doing some calf raises. We're doing some single leg Poliquin step ups for the quads, but we're also adding in some upper body stuff today to kind of spread out our upper body volume throughout the week. So we've got some chin ups and some dips as well. But then our conditioning, we go right into our conditioning. Everything that we do, whether we're training athletes or training our general fitness trainees, or in this case, our total body fitness, our TBF class, which is kind of our group strength and conditioning class, our functional fitness class. We do all of our conditioning workouts are going to still support our main lift of the day in two different ways. Not only by the actual type of exercise. So in this case, it's a leg day. We're doing squats in our main lift. So our conditioning needs to have something that's going to build strength in the legs, or build endurance, build physical preparedness, general physical preparedness, GPP in the legs. We do that today with box jumps and lunge jumps and the sled. We have a battle rope thrown in there as well because we did do some arms, so we're trying to support that as well. So we're going to do that by the exercise selection, but we're also going to support the main lift of the day in the energy system that we're training as well. So we're training this tempo style lifts depending on how many reps you're doing. In this case, the first combined set of the front and back squat, since we're going one right into the other, is going to be well over a minute. So we're getting into that fast glycolytic phase. Not phase, energy system, sorry. So because we're training that, our conditioning needs to be the same. So we can set it up a couple different ways. We can do one bout of conditioning that is in that 2 to 4 minute range, which would be training our fast glycolytic energy system. Closer to that 2 minute round would be best. So what we're going to do is we're going to have rounds that do hit about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes per bout. But we're going to have a work to rest ratio of 1 to 3 so that we can recover enough so that each bout is going to be done at a maximal effort, as opposed to doing this, say, 3 rounds for time, which would be a great workout, and it would be it'd be leaning towards getting into that aerobic system or oxidative energy system, depending on how long it takes you, of course. But the idea is if we went back to back to back without rest, the potential for fatigue to set in, it could end up taking this workout 5-6 minutes to get through, in which case we are in a oxidative energy system, and we're trying to train the fast glycolytic energy system, which is what we are doing in our main lift of the day when the squats. So our each bout is going to be about that same time, and then our work to rest ratio is 1 to 3, which is the appropriate work rest ratio for that energy system. So you're going to see some clips playing over this as you go, kind of going through the workout, what we normally do. Over the next week, you're going to see me do these a little bit more, and there you go. That's today. So this podcast, short and sweet. I keep saying podcast. I'm so used to the podcast. This YouTube channel, short and sweet. We want to get you the information. We want to put it out there, usable, so you can understand how we put things together and what it actually looks like and why we do it the way we do it. So enjoy this. Watch the workout.
What you working on?
Picking my nose.
PR.
Yeah.
You go by.
Going for the double nostrils.
Is it by weight or consistency PR?
Wait.
Nice lid.
Like my lid.
What we got? Ooh.
Stuffed turkey peppers. Well, they're Mexican turkey peppers. Black beans, corn, onions, tomato, ground turkey, and got some taco seasoning and garlic in there, and some cheese and Sadie's drinking water. And you have your lovely toppings over here. You got some yellow rice, some avocado, some salsa, hot sauce, sour cream. Good.
Good night.